Hi, everyone. Welcome to our first episode of Beyond Service, live discussions with WorkWave. I'm your host, Mike Rosenberg, head of sales for WorkWave. The success of your business, like ours, goes beyond providing service for customers. We want to help you thrive in every aspect of your business by having open and honest conversations that go past the surface of service and addresses real field service issues, obstacles, operations, and strategies, and have some fun while doing it. Our first guest to kick off our series will be our very own Dave Giannetto, CEO of WorkWave. To start us off, Dave, tell us a bit about yourself. Can you share for everyone a short breakdown of your background?
Hi, Mike. It's good to be with you. Thanks for having me. If you look at my background, it's actually pretty easy to break down. 4 years as an officer in the Army, 8 years as an operations manager in the service industry, 8 years in consulting, a lot of implementation of business intelligence, analytics, a lot of technology, and then 8 years really specifically with software itself, and 5 years in field service management. So if you look at my career, it gives me a pretty good background for a company like WorkWave coming in the door when I came in about a year and a half ago.
That's great. So thanks, Dave. Welcome to everyone who's watching. We invite the audience. Ask us questions. Any questions during the interview, right in the comments section. And later on, we're going to try to get to as many as we possibly can. So to the fun part, Dave, we have you on here to kick off our series by talking about the evolution of WorkWave, so our audience can learn a little more about how we've grown over the past few years, what the service industry can and should expect from us in the future, and how we're going beyond service to be their partner in helping their businesses grow. But before we jump in, let's get to know you even a little bit better. So we want to play a little game called Two Truths and a Lie. Basically, you tell us three supposed facts about yourself. Two of them are true, and one is a lie. I'm going to try to guess, and I promise I don't know the answer. I don't know what you're going to say. And to the audience, you guess as well. Put it in the comments section. So to you, Dave, two truths, one lie.
Sure. So I decided on a topic that revolves around contracts. So contracts I've signed in my life. A lot of people will know that I'm a writer. So an example would be I've signed a book deal as a writer. So that's an example. So the three contracts, two of course, which are true, is I've signed a record deal as a musician. I've signed an acting deal as an actor, and I've signed a deal with a museum as an artist. So there you go, Mike.
Okay. So there's a slight pause between this and Facebook. So if you could say it briefly again, options one, two, and three. And that way, everyone in the comments section, as I read it, is going to start voting.
Okay. So the three options are that I've signed a record deal as a musician, so with a record label, an acting deal as an actor, and as an artist, I've signed a deal with a museum.
Okay. So I know that you love music, and I'm going to assume that you're a darn good musician. So I'm going to assume that that part is true. So now we're between actual acting and a museum. I'm waiting to see if anybody on Facebook Live is going to start guessing. Let's see. Joanne is saying that acting is the lie. Matt is saying that acting is the lie. Jay is saying that acting is the lie.
These people obviously don't know that I do have an IMDb page.
Right? We're not looking it up. If you're cheating for me, then I'm going to say museum.
Is the lie, huh? Well, museum is not a lie, but I do have to say I probably didn't get there on my own merits. My father, as many people that know me knows, is a well-known wildlife artist. So they were doing, New Jersey Museum was doing an exhibit on people that were associated with well-known artists. So my father was my mentor, and therefore they took a piece of my work. But it was a big moment for me, a very proud moment to be there for the museum opening with my father, my family. So that one is actually true. And as you said, I did sign 2 record deals when I was younger, small record labels, but I still have like the 71-cent check that I got back in the day. And although I do have an IMDb page, I've never signed as an actor. But in South Jersey, when I was a kid, I played on the South Jersey Eagles football team. So Eyewitness News, for those of you who grew up near Philly, did come and film us. And I was in the Eyewitness News commercial as a stupid little kid piling on a pile of little kids chasing a football. But sadly, it didn't take me anywhere.
See, I should have guessed that because you acted by making me think it's that, and it actually wasn't. And I got to tell you, I'm looking at the Facebook comments, and my mother agreed with me. So now I'm really ashamed that I guessed museum. Um, so we'll get back to it. So for
Right.
those in the audience who now that they know you very well, but if they don't know WorkWave very well, can you give everyone a sense who WorkWave is and what we offer?
Sure. So WorkWave is a mostly thought of as a field service software company. So we sell software. That's the primary thing that we sell. WorkWave's been around for 40 years. So although we are considered quite a progressive software company, we've actually had a long, long history. And what we do for customers is really three things. We help them grow their business, get new customers. We help them service those customers. And we help them with everything that has to do with the movement of money through their organization. So all of our customers provide service. They go out into people's homes. Right now, if you're at home, most people are these days. These are the people cutting your lawn, pest control, opening your pool, cleaning your pool. Could be a cleaning service, could be fixing your heater, air conditioner, anyone that comes to your home. And all those things are happening in commercial facilities too, although there's a lot more equipment. Could be a place of business fixing computers. So all those companies that put people into the field, we help them grow their business, service the business, and the movement of money. So we have four core products. And then we have a bunch of marketing products around that help them grow their business. Everything from creating their website for them, lead management, all the digital campaigns they do online, surveys. And as if that wasn't enough to make us complicated enough, we are what's called a payment facilitator. So the first pay fac in field service. And that means we are equal to a company like Square. A lot of people would know Square, where you swipe your credit card at a point of sale. So we are responsible for the entire movement of money all the way from an end customer in the home through our customers, through the banking system into the bank account. And we move about $1.4 billion of customer money a year. So as you very well know, Mike, a lot goes into that. So all that with about 300 employees in 3 locations in New Jersey, North Carolina, and Northern Italy. We try to make those customers as successful as possible.
That's a perfect wrap up. And so you and I have not been here for 5 years, but we've changed a ton in 5 years, and you've already gone into a little bit of it. And the history, most people don't even know, is actually about 40 years in the making as a software company, which is out there. So how would you say the company has transformed in the past 5 years, or even more recently since you've been with the company?
It's been huge. And all the employees, yourself, Mike, even before I got here, I've been about a year and a half here with WorkWave. It's been a massive change. So when I came in, probably the biggest change in recent history for WorkWave had just occurred. We were bought by IFS. So IFS is our parent company. We report up to them. IFS is the third largest ERP company in the world. So they're competing with SAP and Oracle. They are the largest provider of field service software. So that's why we have a home there. And IFS is owned by EQT, which a lot of people wouldn't know, but it's the largest investment company in the world. So this change had taken place about a year before I came on board, and it had really caused WorkWave to ask this question of who is WorkWave in this new era? And we had to sit down when I came aboard and really ask ourselves, who were we? What are we here for? Are we just a software company? Are we something more than that? So we really got to this place that we want to be much more open and transparent with our customers, to be a great partner with them, helping them succeed. So on the software side, we say that we want every customer using our software to have an advantage in their local market over every competitor that isn't using our software. And then because we're really a purpose-driven organization, we have to ask ourselves, what is our purpose for doing this? So when we think about it, we want these organizations to be more successful in running their business because they chose to partner with us than if they weren't with us. So we're asking hard questions. Can we help small businesses, which go out of business quite frequently? can we help them stay in business just because they chose to adopt our software and to be partnered with us? And therefore, they're going to be more successful. They can bring home more income to their families. They can hire more workers. They can grow. They can expand as they want to. So we're not completely there yet. We have a long, long way to go. But I think we're getting there, and we've made a lot of progress in the last year and a half, certainly.
Absolutely. And before I get to my next question, again, to the audience, if you have any questions at all for Dave, probably not for me, more for Dave, feel free to put it in the comment section. We'll make sure that we can get to it before the end of the interview. So Dave, as we look to the future, how do you envision WorkWave's continued growth and evolution? I mean, what can we expect to see from the company in the next year, in the next 5 years?
Yeah, I think there's, it's a tough question because there's so many things that WorkWave can do. Really, the challenge for WorkWave is to make sure that of all the opportunities that are in front of us, opportunities that only WorkWave has in front of us, how do we pick only the right ones? Probably the history of WorkWave is too many opportunities and going after too many different things. So we have to be very focused about being a good partner. And the thing that makes it complex for us is that if you take our largest customer at WorkWave, our largest customer is about a $2 billion company. And we provide the software that runs their operation and helps them grow and helps them move money and collect money. At the same time, we have about 4,000 customers that just have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 users. These are people that provide service, park their van in their driveway at the end of the day, close the doors, and go in the house to their family. So we have this very large, complex customer base. And you usually don't see that within one company. Usually you pick a niche. So when we looked at what are we trying to do, we had to really step back and say, look, our job isn't to figure out where those companies should go. That's what the owners and the executive team is for. Our job is to help them reach what we call their full potential. How do we deliver the tools and the infrastructure and the knowledge as a partner to help them reach that full potential? And it could be just living a life that gives them the personal freedom to close that van door at the end of the day and go into their family. Or maybe they want to grow to 10 technicians, or they want to be the best quality provider in their town, or they want to grow regionally, or they just want to sell their business some bigger service company, or they want to be national. So how are we going to grow as a company to help them reach their full potential? And in doing that, we try to deliver great software, but at the same time, we can flip it upside down and say, as a payment facilitator, we now have the ability to help small businesses do things that they never could before. Because when you unify 1.5 or $1.4 billion of buying power, and that's what we'll have in 2020, 2021, it'll be much more than that. We can help these small businesses negotiate contracts that give them terms, favorable terms that they could never get before. So WorkWave really is in a position to mean it when we say that we're going to help them achieve their full potential. We're going to be that great partner and help them do things that they never could. So there's a lot ahead of us, both in how we help our customers and how we help the industries that we're a market leader in.
And hopefully I speak on behalf of everyone at WorkWave that we're excited for the ride. Not only what we've been through, but where we're going to. So I think we've asked all of the hard questions. So one last question for Dave. It's probably the easy one. If you could give one word of advice on leadership, what would it be? I know, a real easy one.
It's a tough one, especially right now, right? Look at the things that we're facing as a company. I've worked in a lot of different companies, especially as a consultant. You bump up against a lot of companies when you do that for, I think it was 8 or so years. So you see a lot of different companies and you're able to compare them when you end up at a place like WorkWave. And I can say hands down, WorkWave is one of the best companies I've ever had a privilege to work with. And I'm really privileged to lead it. And I came up at a time when the leadership model was the very classic command and control model, right? That's what America adopted after World War II. It's very top down. It creates this model where the executive, the CEO, really gives all the answers, provides all the directions, pushes the company to make every decision, and has a very heavy hand in how it leads. That's great because as a leader, you're following your natural inclination, which is to always take over, to always decide, to always push. Most of the folks that end up in roles like mine have that natural tendency. I probably have it too. And it also helps you with the pressure. I think right now with COVID, we have about 300 employees, not the biggest company in the world, but I feel responsible for them every day. Just Mike, I know you feel responsible for them too, and your team. So it creates a lot of pressure, and that pressure can bring out that tendency to have a heavy hand in how you do things. So I think when I say all that, it's leading up to this statement that leadership model is really gone. You're seeing a lot of leaders struggle with the removal of that heavy command and control model. That's why we have this gap in American leadership right now, because we've moved over to this model where the real responsibility of a leader is to create an environment where the employees can succeed. Sometimes you'll hear it called like the servant model, although that's not popular amongst executives to use that term. But if you have great people like you have at WorkWave, if you have that luxury, and you create an environment where they can grow, they're going to be much more committed to you because they can go out and get other jobs. They want to be in a place that's exciting, fulfilling. They can see themselves doing something a year from now that's completely new to them, and their skills are growing, their opportunities are growing. So to create that environment, you have to set aside your natural tendency, all the tendencies you have to make decisions, and sit in the back of the room. Let them decide. Let them figure it out. Let them find their way. And your main responsibility comes just putting the bumpers on the side of the road. Show them what's important. Get them to focus on only what's important. Don't let them be pulled into the chaos or the noise or follow opportunities that won't benefit the company. You're really there as that guiding figure, and to remove obstacles for them to succeed. And it's kind of a chicken or an egg. If you don't have great people and you don't create that environment, you won't attract great people, and the great ones you have will leave. And if you do create that environment, you will have great people, and you'll become what WorkWave has, which is a company that can collect more and more great people. So today, leadership is really going against a lot of the tendencies. And I will be the first to say, if there's anyone watching that knew me from early in my career, I was tremendously heavy-handed. So I had to go through this learning curve and the change that a lot of leaders are going through now as well. And I'm sure there's folks that I'm Facebook friends with that can tell horror stories from early in my career. But hopefully, Mike, you feel I've grown out of it by now.
I don't know any horror stories. So for all of Dave's friends from his past life, please send them in for the next interview and we'll go through them. But so thanks for all that, Dave. I mean, that's all the time we have for today. So thank you much for joining, for explaining everything. We're usually told our work environments talk about our personality, and just in the background of all the personality that I can see back there and my blank wall. But thank you so much for joining and for your time today, Dave.
Happy to be here, Mike. Thanks for doing it. Thanks to the team that's behind you, getting this set up and running today. I'm sure they all know I'm proud of them and proud to be part of the team. So thank you.
So thanks for everybody in the audience for joining us. Thanks so much to Dave, who is joining for tonight to kick off the inaugural piece that we have here. So want to leave you all with a short video. Kind of check out a new product that we just launched that we're really excited about, extremely proud about, definitely my team. It's called the WorkWave Marketing Website Builder. It's an easy way to build your own professional website specific for our customers, and you can build it under 10 minutes. And we've really found with an online presence, I mean, you can generate new business leads very quickly, allow customers to find you, and give your business a real competitive edge in the market. So hopefully everyone can join us. The next event we have with PestPack is on Thursday, and we'll make sure you hear about the next interview that we're going to have and for whom we're going to speak with, most likely outside of WorkWave. Could be one of our customers or someone for the market. So to everyone out there, thank you so much for joining us. I'm very happy that Brett Lieberman likes my headphones that I have. They fit very comfortably. And with that, everyone have a great day, a great night. Stay safe.